This morning, I'm at Cape Spear, which is the easternmost point of Canada, and arguably the easternmost point of North America, if you're not considering Greenland. Now, I'm the type of person that can wake up and do a nice, great sunrise, but Ashley is more of a sunset kind of person. So I woke up bright and early today to catch this. But unfortunately, the weather is not working in my favor right now. Well, I've felt winds before, but these winds are brutal. We're right here off the shore here at Cape Spear, and the wind is just picking up so bad. You could barely get out of the car. But I'm going to make my way up to the Lighthouse now and see if I can get a better vantage point from there and a better video and some pictures. It is so windy that I'm trying to go up the stairs, and it's actually helping me. It's pushing me up the stairs. And there's a lot of stairs going up to this lighthouse right now. I found this building right here protecting me from the wind. It's right down from the lighthouse up there. And it's looking like there's rain coming in from offshore. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the sunrise today, but I'm going to stick it out, see how it goes. There's other things to do around here, but I'm going to cross my fingers. We'll see how it goes. This wind is insane, so I'm going to make my way back to the car. Doesn't look like I'm getting a legitimate sunrise today. Still pretty cool. Quite the experience, but yeah, this is a little too much. Well, I found a little spot to get away from the wind because that wind was absolutely just deafening. So right now I'm over at the Garrison. You can see the cannon that aims out towards the sea, but it's a nice little spot to get away from the wind that's coming right off the coast. Even though it's aiming the coast, it depends on which way the wind's blowing. And if you want to get over here, all you have to do is just take the path from the parking lot. It comes right down over by the cliffs. I just got back to the van after being worked over by that wind for well over an hour, and I just needed to get out of the weather because now the rain started coming down sideways, so I'm just going to hang out in here for a little bit. Now, if history is your thing, I absolutely recommend this spot. Not only do you have the lighthouse, but you also have the garrison right along the coastline. And they have all kinds of signage that's going to help you understand why this spot in particular was so pivotal during World War II. Well, I'm making the hike up to Fort Amherst, which is just across the way from St. John's. You have to park a little bit farther back because it's a one-way road and they just want really the locals to be able to access it. They don't want a bunch of congestion going on. And you can actually see the battery just here in the background. It's right across the way from there. And I'm just heading up the road here and then it goes out to the point. Well, I'm not sure about that place. There's a lot of signage saying like, do not trespass, you'll be held liable, you'll be held accountable. There's a gate, but the gate's unlocked. So I went in, but then there was attention signs all over the place. So I don't know if it's for the safety of people, just not to get too close to the edge, because it's a worn down place. But I don't know, I'm not going to risk it. Plus, who knows, that place is kind of deteriorating. On a day like this, one bad slip and I'm probably gone. So I'm going to just make my way back and then head across over to St. John's and check out some sights over there. So you'll see behind me here, this is the entrance to the Narrows, and this is going to lead into St. John's Harbor. So you come through the Narrows, and this is even where you're going to see the cruise ships coming through as well. And then above is going to be Signal Hill, and then back behind me are the colorful homes of the Battery. And you just continue through here. Now it is narrow, so I can see where it got its name, and I've seen some pretty massive ships since we've been here coming through this area. So I got to give it to the captains that do that. Well, I'm up here at Signal Hill, and just over my shoulder here is Fort Amherst. That's where I was earlier. And then way off in the distance, that's Cape Spear. That's where I went for the sunrise this morning. So you can see all of this, all from the top of this hill. Making my way down from the top of Signal Hill, where the fort was, and I'm making my way out towards the Queen's Battery. And from here, you can already see multiple cannons aimed out towards the ocean. Whether you're looking for a good hike or some leisurely strolls, this whole area has multiple trails that you can take. And they even have a loop where you can start from the visitor center, make your way up to the Queen's Battery, and then up to Signal Hill, and then loop around. So you don't have to double back on any of the trails. I'm here next to one of 6 of these massive cannons. They are just enormous. And what's really incredible about how they are stationed here is they have a track that they can go across to be able to swivel and get a perfect shot out towards what they're aiming at.
Stories. I know a few about Signal Hill. Tell me some if you like.
This is so cool. So they have one man who's talking and talking about the history, and then you have another person who's signing everything that's being said, and then you have the main screen that shows all the history. I haven't seen this before.
Nous avons marché dans le bois si épais que nous avions peine à passer. Traverser les...
I'm here up on the 3rd floor of the fort. Looks like this is the flag room here. I'm gonna see if I can go outside. Well, I'm up here on the 3rd floor on the roof of the fort here, and you get a full view of everything, even higher than you would get if you were just walking along Signal Hill. So it's a windy day. I didn't think that they would have this open, but they do. You just got to be careful opening up the door. Well, I'm getting out of here. This weather is getting cold, rainy, windy. They say that it gets up to 200 kilometers per hour up here. So, learned a few things. Definitely wish it was a better day, but I'll take it. Now, something I learned about Cabot Tower is this is the first place where wireless communication was made from Europe to here. Pretty interesting. Right now, I'm walking through the Battery of St. John's. You're gonna recognize this place because of the colorful homes that are on the cliffs right here in St. John's Harbor. Right now, I'm on the Harbor Walk Trail, and this is a trail that starts in the Battery and then continues on to make its way up to Signal Hill. Now, unfortunately, I'm not gonna do this all the way through because I know that at one point there is a curve that goes around the cliff. It's about 3 feet wide and it's a straight drop off. That is not my cup of tea. I do not do heights. It is not my favorite thing. I've tried, but it is also a very windy, very slippery day. I'm not even going to give it a try, but I'm still gonna take in the views because we're coming to a close here in St. John's. Well, right over my shoulder here, this is chain rock. They use this as a way to fortify the Narrows. So they would put ropes and cannonballs when they first built it across the way so it would keep ships from coming in. And then World War II, they created a mesh that went down into the Narrows, and that would keep submarines and torpedoes from entering into the harbor.